St. Matthew's 13, 33 tells you that God was going to be born, the kingdom of heaven, as three mixtures. Jesus was born. But Isaiah chapter 7 told you how Jesus was going to be born. He was going to be born by a virgin Mary. Uh, Isaiah chapter 6, 1-13, I believe it went to 13, it showed you that three of us was going to be come down and be born into the same prophecy. But when he symbolized by the wings covering the face and the wings covering the feet, but the two are the wings upon which the angel did fly, showing us the two of the wings that there was an attachment, that we came down, but the spirit of Jesus, it was which was attached on, symbolized by the cherubim, one set attached on one end of the mercy seat and the other attached on the other end of the mercy seat, and the voice that came from the middle was the symbol of the two wings which brought us back down. He was the mercy seat. It's supposed to cover the ark of the covenant, which God had gave Moses to build, spoken of in Exodus chapter 24, 25. 25. And Exodus 29 was the ram. So when he showed these how it's going to be, Jesus was one bringing us down to be born. And when Jesus brought the two of us down to be born attached to him, because we was not part of the flight, because Jesus was carrying the burden of the flight. He was the wings in the middle. When John the Baptist was separated into the womb of his mother Elizabeth and was germinated by his father, then he was born, leaving me yet attached to Jesus Christ, because it was not my time to be born, but I had to be born and become part of the sacrifice. So as Jesus entered in the womb of his mother Mary and was born, I was yet attached on to him, because I was the human side of the godly side, attached onto the Spirit of God and living by the Spirit of Moses, because I became the blood of the Lamb, because I was not born, but I had to be made part of the same sacrifice. And as I return, I will return back as the bullocks, symbolized by the bullock. I would come down as a carrier pigeon. That's what he used the pigeon as, to be a messenger of the covenant to prepare the way for the return of Jesus Christ. Now, saying this, Alexander the Great, Jesus spoke of. Let's see if I find this. I keeps it in here. I tell you what you do, and I could just talk this and let you do it. Go to the book of Maccabees and the Catholic edition. It will tell you all the things that Alexander the Great came. He was the first dynasty that came in there. He desecrated the Bible and forbade them to not sacrifice unto God. He took and killed all the male children. Every woman that took and circumcised that child, they found the woman that killed those women that had their sons sacrificed, and they went and found the men that circumcised these kids and killed them. These was the Antichrist at work. This was the nation out of the Gentiles trying to destroy the integrity. Then they start interbreeding in with the daughters of Abraham. Once they start doing this, they start diluting the pigmentation of these peoples in the Middle East, destroying all the seed part, trying to prevent Jesus Christ from being born. Because Jesus spoke these things when he went back and spoke concerning the Revelation chapter 12 in the Holy Bible. You go back there, you'll see where the woman had a child, but tried to defile her child before he was born, spoken of in Revelation chapter 12. They tried to destroy Jesus before he was born. Alexander the Great did this. He went and took the beard, took Egypt and all of this, and went up and took the Assyrian Empire, took Turkey out. They slaughtered much blood. This is why God gave you the symbol of the white horse. Changed from he slaughtered so many people up there. This is how he became the red horse. These are not different horses. This is how it began. Then when Alexander the Great came in, the Roman Empire came in there. They followed suit as Alexander the Great. They took little at a time, continued to slay the peoples in there, little at a time. This is what the peoples don't understand. So after the two dynasties came in there, spoken of in Isaiah chapter 7, say you will it be before the child is born, they will be forsaken by two a king. Sure enough, Alexander the Great came in there and destroyed one of the kingdoms out of the Holy Land. Took over and interbreeded with the daughters of men in there, changing the law to the law of democracy. Then the second king dynasty came in, which was the brother of Alexander the Great, which was the Roman Empire, who didn't abandon the law of democracy, which maintained the status quo of Alexander the Great. If you read history, it will tell you this. The Roman Empire. So the Roman Empire did swing, and they came and then took over. They became one of the dominant places. Took over the Assyrian. The Assyrian, all of these was changed, the genetic color code, even up in Persia. Well, during the reign of the Roman Empire is when Jesus was born, fulfilling the prophecy spoken of by Isaiah chapter 7. He said he's going to shave with a razor his high serve. But going back to Daniel chapter 11, where he said that was going to be four. But at the fourth one come, he was going to fight with Persia. The fourth one happened to be the United States of America. After that, World War II arrived. The third dynasty, Great Britain and the United Nations, was born. They came in and consumed all of Africa this time. They robbed the peoples, taken the natural resources, the history of those peoples as they went through the breadth of the earth, taking dwelling that was not theirs. They became conquerors of the entire earth. They slayed so many peoples of the earth, being robbers of the nation, spoken of in Habakkuk. As they be shortage of a natural resource, they stand their mains red. This is how the red horse came to be. It is the same horse from there. But as it came down to my time to be born, here in the United States of America, God saw a great sin being taken on here in the United States of America. And we was being deceived here in the United States of America by ways of its deception. They brought our peoples from Africa. They made us to serve them, and they became our God, became our salvation, and became our living. They lived according to their will, but our will was not met in the manner of equal justice and equal right. After our enslavement, and we return to our freedom. Our freedom was not given unto us back into the land upon which we was taken. Our freedom was given to us in a land that who had taken us from our mother country and oppressed us here upon their soil. Therefore, it was spoken of through the mouth of word, but as long as we are being placed yet in the habitat of our oppressors, and we didn't have a land, and we were not treated just in this land, our freedom ended in no freedom at all. Through secrecy, they waged war against us, as if we were worthless peoples and they had to exterminate us in some way. This is the way they did.